Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's very easy puzzle for the day. And it's called Fogotron by Megan33, one of our favorite, actually probably, yeah, I don't know if it's a he or she, but they do a very good job uh, doing Fog of War puzzles, and I enjoy them. Even if they're very easy, it's still pretty fun. Anyways, on to today's puzzles rules. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and box. Digits along a magenta renban form a set of consecutive, non-repeating digits in any order. So it looks like there's a renban here. So that means if this was, say, like, if you had a 1, there would have to be at least a 2 and a 3 in on the renban line. But it could be in any order. So this could be 1, 3, 2, or this could be 2, 1, 3. It just doesn't. It doesn't have to. And it cannot repeat either. So that's actually important too. Uh, so that's renban line. Adjacent digits along a green German whisper line must have a difference of at least 5. So, for example, if this were a 4, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 adjacent to it. Because it would have to, it'd have to be a 9. Sorry, I was thinking of 3. If this was a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9. If it was a 4, it would have to be a 9. And that's actually a interesting little tidbit if you know German whispers. A black dot between cells indicates cell values with a 2-to-1 ratio. A white dot between cells indicates cells with consecutive values. Not all dots are given. So if, for example, this was a 2, this would have to be 1 or 4. If this was a 6, this would have to be a 5 or a 7. So this one has to maintain a 2-to-1 ratio for black dots, which we call black Kropke dots, and white Kropke dots, it has to be consecutive. Not all dots are given, which means that you can have consecutive numbers in 2 cells anywhere else in the puzzle. It's just that we're given this information there. Adjacent digits with an X must sum to 10. So these 2 digits must sum to 10. The grid is partially covered with fog. Correctly placed digits will clear the fog around that cell. No guessing is required. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so this is a German whisper line. Therefore, the 1 in the middle is different from all the 4 on the outside. We don't know where the renban is. Okay, so it's probably going to be only those 3, and it's probably going to be 5, but we don't know. So these have to be pink, or this is pink, obviously, because it cannot be 5, but the 5 could be anywhere else here. In fact, that we know that, okay, this has to be 1 or 9. So then this has to be 2 or 8. So this has to be pink. Oh yeah. Where is the consecutive number, right? If this is yellow, it can't be consecutive with any pink. It has to be 5. So this has to be a 5, no matter what. Because all the yellows are accounted for. So if it were 1, 2, 3, 4 for the yellows, this can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4. It would have to be 5. Similarly, if the 6, 7, 8, and 9 for the yellows, this would have to be 5 because 6, 7, 8, 9 are accounted for. And 5 is the only one that could be consecutive with any of the other, the yellow, how do you say it? Yeah, the yellow set. So this has to be a 5, which means this is 4 or 6, which means if it adds a 10, this has to be 4 or 6, which means this is in a 1 to 2 ratio. So this is if this is 4, this is 2 or 8. If this is 6, this has to be a 3. So this is consecutive with this. And it cannot have a 5. Therefore, this is also yellow. Right? So this is 4, 6. So it's 3 away. So this has to be... This cannot be 1 or 9. This could be 2, 3... Oops. It could be 2, 3, 7, or 8, right? Because it's 3 away, and there's only 3 on the line. So if it's a 4, it's with 2 and 3. If it's a 6, it's with 7 or 8. So this is 2, 3, 7, or 8 also. And it has to be different. Okay, so this is 2 or 8. This is... Sorry, this is... If this is 8... So if this is high, this has to be 8. So this can never be 8. So that would have to be 7. So if that's 8, this has to be 7. This would have to be 9 or 1. So this is a 1, 9, 1, 9 pair. If this is 2 or 3, this is 2 or 3. So this can't be 7. If this is 7, this has to be high, but it would also be 7, which is not possible on a Renban line. So this has to be 8. This is 1 or 9. So this has to be a yellow because it's consecutive with it. And it has to be 2 or 8. This can't be 1 or 9. This has to be 2, 3, 7, 7 or 8. But it's pink. So it cannot be 2 or 8. If it's pink, this is 2 or 8. So therefore, this has to be 3 or 7. So this is 3 or 7. We know the 7 then has to be one of those two. We don't know any of this information. This maintains a 2 to 1 ratio. If this is a 6, this is a 3. Oh, right. So if this is 6, this is 7, this is 8. So this is 4. That works. If this is 4, this is 6, which means that has to be 3. So if this is 6, then this is 4, this has to be 8. Oh, right. So this cannot be 2. So then this cannot be 3, which means this can't be 2. Okay. Okay, so this is a 2, 8, 2, 8 pair, which means this has to be 3. So this is 3. That means that's 7. This is 2. This is 8. So the pinks are... Well, okay, we know the pinks are high then. Therefore, this is a 9. This is a 6. This is a 4. This is a 3. This is a 1. This is a 2. Okay, so we can remove these colors because we've already solved for that German whisper line. This is a Renban line, so there has to be a 3 here, a 3 and a 4 here, right? This can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has to have a 1, a 3, a 4, or a 5. This cannot be 1 here because of this. This cannot be 5 because of the crappie dots. And if it's a 5, it can't be double anything, and it cannot be with a double, which because a double would be 10. So this has to be 2, 6, or 8. It cannot be 8 because this is 8. This is a 1 to 2 ratio, and it's a Renban line. So this could be 3, 6. So this would be 3 or 6. It could be 2, 4, which would mean that's 2 and that's 4. Or it could be 1, 2. Which means this is 1 and that's 2. Okay, it cannot be 1, 2. So this is, yeah. This is either 3, 6, in which case this is 4, 5. That can't be 4 because of that 4, so this would be 4 and 5. So if this is 3, 6, this is 4, 5. If it's 2, 4, we have to have a 3 somewhere. So this is 4 or 3. This is 3 or 4. It can't be 3, so it would have to be 3, and this would be 1 or 5. So this is 3 or 4, this is 3 or 4, which means it cannot have a 3 or 4 anywhere else in row 3, so that can't be 3 or 4. So it's a 1, 5, 1, 5 pair. You can't have a 1, 5 anywhere else in this. So this is 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This is 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That actually works. Uh-huh. So this can't be 6 because this digit is between two unique digits on a German whisper line. And 6 can only be next to 1, which is 1 unique digit. So that has to be 2, 7, 8, or 9. This cannot be 1, 2, 3. It could be 4, in which case this has to be 9 if that's the case. Or it could be 7 or 9, because it has to be next to a 2 in that case. We're not given much information there. Oh, this is 3 or 4, this is 3 or 4. So there cannot be a 3 or 4 in the rest of column 3. So it's 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 can never be on German whisper, so this is 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, but this can't be 2 because of that. This is 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is either 2, 4, 3, and that's 5. Or this is 3, 6, 4, and 5. Or it could be 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so 3 and 6 means this is 4 and 5. Which would mean that's 3 and 1, and that would be 4. Okay, so let's go through the possibilities then. If this is 3 and 6, this has to be 4, 5. So this has to be 1, and this would be 3 or 4. 3, 6, that'd be 4, so this is 3, and this would have to be 4. Three, 6, 4, 5, which would make that 6. This is 3. That works. Okay. If this is 2, 4, then this becomes 3. This has to be 4, so this has to be 2. This is 1 then. And this would be 5. And therefore this would be 3. So that also works, I think. This is 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if it's 1, it can't be 6. So this could be 7, 8, or 9. If it's 6, it could be 1, it could be 2. This sees 2 unique digits, so it's 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So this is 1, 2, 7. Oh, interesting. Those are the only possibilities here. Which would mean if this is low, it has to be 1 or 2. Oh, but it cannot be 1 or 2. So this can't be high, which means this has to be low. Does that make sense? If it's a high, this has to be 7. The 7 can only be next to 1 and 2 on a German whisper lines. Therefore, both of these have to be 1 and 2. But the 1, 2 here eliminates the 1, 2 possibility from being there. Therefore, this cannot be high. This can't be 1 or 2, which means that can't be a 7, which means it can't be high. So this is low. This is high, and this is low. So it cannot be 2, it cannot be 3 or 4. So this has to be 1. So there is no 1 here. This is low, which means this has to be high. This has to be high. But this could be 6, 8, or 9. This is low. Oh, this has to be 3, which means this cannot be, right? Because we had 1, 2, 3, 4. So this can't be 3. So this can't be 6. This has to be 4 now, which means this cannot be 4, which means that's a high, which means this is a low. So this is 2. This is a 6. The 2 to 1 ratio makes this a 3. This is 1 or 5, but that makes this a 4, which means this has to be a 6 and a 3, which makes that 5. So this is 1. This is high. So this could be 7, 8, or 9, because it has to be 5 away from 2. This can't be 2 or 6. This can't be 2 or 6. Therefore, this is a high, which means the surrounding ones are lows, which means this has to be high. So it cannot be 1, 2, 5, or 6. This is 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, or 3. This is 1, 2, or... Cannot be 1, 2, or 3. Therefore, this has to be a 4. Which makes this a 9. This can't be 9. This can't be 9. We have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair, so there's no more 7, 8s in box 1. This can't be 6 because of that 6. It can't be 9. It can't be 1, so this is 2 or 5. This can't be 6 because of that 6. This is a 1 to 2 ratio. It cannot have an 8. It cannot have a 4, so this is either 1, 2, or 3, 6. So if this is 1, 2, so this can't be 9 either. This is 7, 8, 9, which means this must be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Let's see. So if this is 1, 2, this is either 1, 2, or it's 3, 6. If it's 1, 2, this has to be 3, so that cannot be a 3. It could be 1 or 2 or 5. The 5 does have to be one of those two numbers. And it could be 6. So this is 7 or 8, this is 7 or 8. This is consecutive, so this is also 6, 7, 8, or 9. There is no 6 here, so that can't be 6. There have a 7, 8, 9 triplet in row 2, so none of the other ones besides the triplets cannot contain 7, 8, or 9. So therefore this has to be a 6, which means this is a 7 because of Renban. This is an 8 because of Sudoku. This has to be a 9 because of Sudoku. This is a 7 because of Sudoku. This is an 8 because of Sudoku, so this is 9 because it's consecutive. This cannot be 6 anymore, so this can't be a 3 because 3 always has to be with 6. So 3 is always here. So 3 is always here. 6 is always here. This is 1, 2, 4, and 5. But cannot be 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5. So these can't be 5. This can't be 2 or 1. So this is a 4. This can't be 4. This has to be a 5, which makes this a 4, which makes this 3 and 9, which means this is 3. This is a 9. This can't be 9 anymore, so this is, we have a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair, so that's eliminated from column 5. So this has to be a 4, 7 pair, but that can't be 4, so this is a 7, this is a 4. There is no 8 here because of the 8 above. Again, 1 to 2 or 3 and 6. This has to be 1, 2, or 8. But this can't be 1 or 2, so this is 8. This has to be 1 or 2. This can't be 8 anymore, so therefore this is a 9. We have, what do we have? This can't be 9 because of that 9. Here is, let's see. It has to be 5, 7, or 8. This is 5 or 7, so it can't be a 5, so this is 7. This is 5. We have 1, 2, 5, and 8 here. This can't be 2, 5, or 8. 2 can't be here, 5, 8 here, so this is 1. 2, 5, and 8, so this is 5 or 8. But this kid can't be 5, so the 5 has to be here in row 5. This is a 2, 8 pair. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, so therefore this is a 7, 9 pair, and that can't be 9, so this is 7, this is 9. This has to be 8, and that's the only one that can be 8 and 6. There's a Renban. This has to be what? 2, 3, 4. It has to be 1, 4, or 6. That can't be 4. If this were a 1, the problem is this cannot be well, maybe. This is 2, 3, and 9. That's too much information. So this can't be 3 or 9. Therefore, this is a 2. That can't be 2. 1 cannot be consecutive anymore with any of these. So it can't be 1. This can't be 2. This could be 3, 4, 5. If that's a 3, this has to be 4 and 5. Or it's 9. It cannot be 9. So this is 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, and 5, which makes that a 9. This cannot be 2. Assuming we had an 8 here, this would also need to contain a 7, because it would have to be 7, 8, 9. Therefore, this cannot have 8. It cannot, which means it cannot have 9. So 8, also, this has a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair in row 7. This can't be a 4. Therefore, there cannot be a 7 or 8 in the rest of row 7. So this has to be a 5. This can't be 5. This can't be 5 or 9. This can't be 5, so therefore this is a 2, which makes that a 1, which makes that a 2. Therefore, that makes this a 6, which makes that a 3 because of the Kropke rule. Therefore, this is a 1. This is a 5. This has to be 7. This is 9. This is 1. This is an 8. This is a 7. This is an 8. 5 has to be with 4 and 6, specifically. So then this is a 1. That's a 6. This has to be a 2 because it's the only low number now in row 8. So that's the 2, which makes that an 8, which makes that a 2. This is 4 and 6, so this has to be 6. This is 4. The 2 has to be here. This is 7. We have, what, a 5 and a 6 here. So this is a 6, this is a 5. That means that an 8. That's a 1, and that's a 3. And that's the solution. Fairly straightforward, again. But I love, again, the Fog of War stuff. It's very fun for me. And I hope you had fun, too. I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.